Welcome to our Unionization One-Pager. And a one-pager, remember, is just a single page, kind of like a poster. 8.5 by 11, that's to say a standard size sheet of paper is fine for this. Okay, and this time our topic is going to be unionization. And unions, remember, are groups of workers in a given industry or in a given factory or place of employment who get together to negotiate with the management the terms of their employment. Okay, and then unions also do a lot of other political organizing and things like that so that they can work to improve employment conditions on a larger scale. All right, so for example, the 8-hour workday is a result of unions organizing and pushing for that. Time off if you're sick, right? And not just getting fired. That's unions pushing to organize for that kind of thing. So what you're going to be doing is picking either a labor union, maybe a labor issue or something similar, and that's going to be the focus of what you're working on. So we've got a few different ones there, right? The Knights of Labor, the American Federation of Labor, the Haymarket bombing, race and labor, the Homestead strike, working women organizing. Okay. If there's not something there that speaks to you, but you know something else that's related, that's within our time period, remember it's the late 1800s, early 1900s at the very latest, then shoot me an email, let me know, and I'll clear it. 90+% of the time I do. If I can't, maybe you're out of the time period or something like that, then I can make some related suggestions that'll keep you within the time period and still be that topic that you're interested in. Okay, so once you've got your focus, then what you need to do is create your poster, right? Your one-pager. And you want to use most of the space, but not necessarily all of it. Okay. If you're going to do it by hand, feel free to use colored pens or pencils or markers. If you want to do it electronically, feel free to do that. The more visually appealing it is, the more you're going to learn from the activity. One thing I will say, if you're doing it electronically, it does need to be original work. Okay, that is always an expectation for me. So as you're putting this together, think carefully about the colors you choose and how you locate the items. Right? Much like the color, the location of items on the page will help you learn more just because you're thinking about how things are related, right? That's really where that comes down to. So partially it's about keeping things visually appealing. Anytime you're doing visual arts, that's what you want to do. But it's also about how are these different elements related and how can I convey those relationships to other people? Okay. So you want to make sure you're including something about the working conditions that folks are trying to change, right? Why they want to make those changes. So what's so bad about it the way it used to be? What kind of tactics are being used or involved in trying to make that change happen? Okay. Make sure you use at least 3 vocabulary words from last week when we were talking about unions. Right? And then, like I said, make sure it's colorful, it's visually appealing. Okay? And worth knowing, by the way, that it can be colorful and visually appealing and be done in black and white if it's well done. So colorful doesn't necessarily mean that it's, bright red and blue and green, but it can be a black and white that's well done, and so you're using your space well. Okay. If you hand draw this and are taking photos, please check your photos to make sure that they're legible, which is to say that I can read all the information on it. If you can't read your pictures, I can't read your pictures. That's a guarantee. Okay. And again, you're more than welcome to do this electronically using something like Canva or maybe using Microsoft Publisher or some other similar sorts of programs if you want to. It's entirely up to you. All right, if you have questions, if you need any help, go ahead and let me know. Otherwise, I will see you in class.